you're talking about Barry Bonds, who I believe cheated his way to this record, if you're talking about a guy who is involved in domestic battery, I'm more than happy to make his life miserable.
Former TV sports anchor John Dennis now hosts mornings at Boston's WEEI.
We don't do journalism. We aren't journalists. We are entertainers.
I did not do steroids. That took some balls.
If you never have to go into the clubhouse and you just sit there and shoot from the hip, you can say whatever the hell you want.
Michael Holley spent 10 years as a Boston Globe columnist before jumping to the other side.
Guys just say, I'll keep going. If you can go without being fired, other than your conscience, what's driving you, what's motivating you to be accountable?
Former columnists say things on the radio they would have never written in the newspaper.
The difference is exaggeration. The difference is just trying to say something provocative to get phone calls.
Michael Holley spent 10 years at the Boston Globe before jumping to the other side.
I think a lot of sports talk radio, it's not about how deep your sports knowledge is, it's about what you're willing to say. Unfortunately,
in the NFL, they don't think that way in college.
That is a formula that will get people ratings.
Boston's WEEI, arguably the nation's most successful sports talk station, may push the envelope most when it comes to edgy discourse.
He ought to get on his knees and thank the Lord that they didn't ring his ass up on perjury charges and throw him in jail for that.
What you might call crude or slightly crass or blue language is okay, because this is how our listeners talk. This is how they think. This is how the people around them talk.
Who decides what's offensive at WEEI?
Well, I guess I do, since I'm the manager of the department.
Jason Wolf is in charge of programming Boston's top-rated station among men aged 25 to 54.
Where do you draw the line?
When it gets personal.
4 years ago, EEI suspended John Dennis and a co-host for what it deemed racial insensitivity.
You obviously can't be racist, nor would we want to be. You can't be misogynistic, nor would we want to be.
I don't like cracks about lesbians. I don't like cracks about any ethnic group at all. I don't like cracks about women. I don't find them funny.
Boston Globe associate editor and columnist Jackie McMullen was an occasional guest on EEI until 8 years ago. Then, the Globe forbade its reporters from appearing on 2 EEI shows after a Globe reporter uttered an ethnic slur to describe the Yankees' Hideki Irabu. WEEI retaliated by banning the Globe staff from all programs.
I can remember at least 2 times that I hung up on them on the air because I didn't want to be associated with that kind of crude stuff or that kind of sexist stuff or that kind of homophobic stuff. And so were they mad at me? No. Why? It was good radio.
No matter what you do in this business, you are going to offend somebody out there.
EEI's Glenn Ordway was once the voice of the Celtics. Now, he's the most popular sports talk personality in Boston.
You've got to be careful that you're not offending the wrong people or large groups. Would we say ho on the air? Yeah, probably. Generically, sure we would. But when you earmark it to somebody when they clearly are not, and these are private people, I don't think that should be tolerated.
In a lot of ways, it is guy radio that offends those who are have an affinity for NPR, and it offends those a lot of times who are not male. And let me be even more clear, who are not heterosexual males.
The standards that I approach would be how I would talk to my friends on a golf course or how I would talk to my friends in the bar.
What makes the guys really compelling and what makes them entertaining and what makes them good is that they're not afraid to engage in discussion that some people would say, whoa, that's not what we should be doing on sports radio.